Hi y'all. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira and my channel is all about trying new makeup, talking about new makeup, but also finding new and exciting ways to be inspired by the makeup you already own. If that sounds good to you, I hope you consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed today's video, hitting the like button. Today, guys, I am going over my January makeup capsule. I recently posted a short showing the items, some of the items, the main items that are in my January makeup capsule. So if you do not know what a makeup capsule is, rather, let me explain it to you. A makeup capsule, and this is something that I did quite a bit in 2021 and a bit in 2020 as well. I started it in 2020 and then the panty hit and we were all locked away in our houses and I stopped. And then I started it up again because I was still in the house, you know, but I was wearing makeup practically every day and playing with my makeup and buying makeup, and let's be, you know. And I was trying to find ways to sort of get a lot of use out of things, but make sure that I wasn't having that Project Pan mentality where you're sort of only focused on, you know, a handful of items and the rest of your collection doesn't get as much love and attention. I wanted to find a way to sort of still get the usage of things, but keep it interesting for myself and make sure that all of my collection was getting love and attention and affection. And so yeah, so I came up with a makeup capsule, which is similar to a capsule wardrobe. It's maybe a little bit more flexible, but a capsule wardrobe or makeup capsule is basically taking a selection of items. With clothing, it tends to be like you only purchase a few items and that's sort of what you use. But taking a sort of collection of items, so like maybe one or two foundations, maybe one or two concealers, one or two lipsticks, blushes, a bronzer, highlighter, you know, things like everything from certain, you know, every category, or at least the categories that you want to sort of get more usage out of in your makeup collection, and selecting specific products and using them for that month. For me, what works is I like to pick base products that are in the capsule, and sometimes I'll pick eyeshadow palettes as well, but I don't wed myself to just those palettes. The goal is to use those palettes. This is what I want to focus on. This is what I kind of want to get. It's usually something new that I'm trying to, you know, get a feel for, and I'll pick one or two. That doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to use any other palettes in my collection, but it's just that these are the ones that I'm kind of like keeping, you know, I'm reaching for first. And then if I'm in a mood for something else, I allow myself to do that. So let's start off with what the capsule looks like. So this is my little, I purchased this right around Christmas time on Amazon, and I'm obsessed. This is a little caddy, and I mean, what I love about this is the compartments. You can change the slides, and you know, these pieces come out, and then you can make separate areas, make the areas bigger. And just because before I had something like this, I had my capsule, but it was kind of like just like a pile of items, and I wanted it to be a little bit more organized, you know. And also I wanted to keep items that I was maybe reviewing or planning to review in areas separate from my actual makeup collection, so they didn't get lost in the shuffle. So there are brushes here. I've been doing my makeup and just sitting my brushes in there, but I don't generally leave my brushes in there. It's been great having this area because these are brushes that I've used that are dirty. They're not mixed in with the new brushes, the clean brushes, not new, but clean. So it's a reminder for me to wash them. I love that aspect of it. And then I have my little sections for my capsule items. So let's start off with base products. So first off in the capsule is this foundation, which is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. This is not the Nude True Match reformulated foundation. I might pick that up just to test it out if you guys want to see that. I was just interested in this. I'm also interested in maybe testing out a little bit more and trying out a few more drugstore products on my channel. I'm not a drugstore makeup girl. You guys kind of know this. If you watch my channel, you kind of know this. But I will say this, which you may not know, and because I've never really talked about it. Well, not in depth. But when I first got into makeup, all I used was drugstore, and one of my favorite things was drugstore foundations. The only issue I had, and it's an issue that I still have, is you can't really test them, and shade matching when you're you know, up deeper than, you know, a white woman can be very hard, you know, finding your shade match. And that is kind of what got me away from them, because I would find myself shopping for drugstore foundations, because there are some amazing formulas, drugstore foundation formulas, and I'd shop for a shade and I'd purchase it, and then it'd be the wrong shade, so I'd have to purchase another one, or sometimes I'd buy two and see which one. And you know, I could have returned one, but it's like, well, I'm kind of between, so I don't know. And then, you know, or time would run out and I'd forget to return it. Or I just get lazy and didn't feel like returning it. And I'd find myself doing that with drugstore foundations, which at $15 a pop, $17 a pop. This one here, this drugstore foundation was $20. The Liss Beauty foundation, the LYS foundation in Sephora is $22. So, do you get where I'm going with this? So for me, the transition to non-drugstore foundations was a no-brainer, because I just kind of got tired of trying to find my own shade match and wasting money. I wanted to try this. I was interested in the description. I like the fact that it's kind of a tinted serum. And the first time I used this, I really liked it. I'm not liking it as much now, only because it was really glowy on my skin the first time I tried it, and I haven't been able to recreate that glow. And I don't know if that was just because my skin was fabulous that day. Maybe it was. Maybe it was me, guys. Maybe it was me that was giving the glow, not the foundation. Whoa. But yeah, I've still been using it. I don't dislike it. I will say that the packaging this is another thing I dislike about drugstore makeup. This has the little dropper thing, and as do you see how messy that is? First of all, this doesn't pick up any product in the pipette. You can squeeze it, and that's about how much product you get. All of it collects on the side. It starts to spill all on the edges, and then you go to close it and it's all on the edges of the lid. Not fun to use, you know. Next up are the concealers that I chose for the month. These are the first two that I chose. So I chose the Kulfi and the Rare Beauty Eye Brightener, which I just purchased not too long ago and I'm testing out. And I will be giving a review, like I'm doing sort of a, plan on doing sort of like a end of the month roundup review of products that I've tried over the last like 2 months at the end of this month. So you guys will definitely hear my thoughts on this. But I wanted to throw this in here since I am testing this out and trying it out. So this is in the capsule along with the Kulfi, which I'm also testing out. Again, you'll get reviews on this. I've been using this quite a bit, so I do have pretty solid opinions about this at this point. This one I'm still figuring out. But after creating the capsule, I decided to add 2 more. I had recently received this one when I ordered it. I had placed an order for, like I said, I'm trying some drugstore makeup products, and so this is something that I had ordered. I actually owned this before, and I actually really liked it, and I wanted to sort of revisit it and see if I still enjoyed it. So I purchased this, and then I have the Milk Makeup Future Fluid, which I've only used like twice since I purchased it. I didn't like it either time, and I need to sort of like try it a couple more times and see how I feel about it. So that's why this is included in the capsule. And then on to cheeks and things of that nature. I have my LYS bronzing stick in Harmony. Been using this a ton. And then I also added in my original NARS Laguna bronzing cream because I want to get use out of this shade. I've had it for a while. It is the original one. I have the Laguna 3 that I use a ton generally, but I wanted to get some use out of this one, so I'm like, you know what, let's throw it in there. I then have one blush, which I kind of regret. I've been reaching for other blushes, and I think I might just add a blush in, but I've been using the About Face Beauty Cheek Freak Blush in Smash. I've talked about this one quite a bit. I really enjoy this blush. Right now I'm wearing a OIS Beauty blush because I was trying a specific look out and I wanted to see, you know, I was going for a specific look, you know. And I love this blush. I kind of just wish I'd picked one more just for difference in tone, but I do really love this blush. And then for highlighter, another product from Rare Beauty that I am testing out, which is the Rare Beauty Silky Touch highlighter, and this is the shade Flaunt. Very pretty. Again, you'll get my thoughts on this at the end of the month, but this is the highlighter that I've chosen to use and wear this month. And I only need one. I didn't feel like I needed like multiple highlighters. So in the lips category, I actually have quite a little hodgepodge here. I have the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in the shade Royal. I wore this in a video recently and got so many compliments on my lips. This is what I've been wearing. I really like this formula. I really like this formula, and I think they just came out with some new shades, and I have like 3 or 4 in my cart on my Ulta, and I'm just like, do you really need 3 or 4 more of these, Amira? Really? But I just really love this formula, and yeah, I'm loving this shade. I've been wearing it a ton. As you guys know, I've been really into bold lips lately, so this has been great because it's kind of like a mix between it. This makes it look like it's kind of red, but it's actually more like a red pink tone, kind of like cherry. Very pretty. And then I also have the 2 other drugstore drugstore lip products that I purchased from L'Oreal. And I got 2 shades in this new formula. I think this is new. It said on the Ulta that they were new. And these are the Colorish, the like skinny matte lipsticks, and I have the shades Le Rosewood Ambition, and I have Le Carmen Courage. I am wearing Le Carmen Courage right now. Beautiful color, very much the tone of the year. This is the Viva, like that Viva Magenta Pantone color. I love these tones. Love this formula is quite nice. It is a matte formula though, so if you're not into matte lips, then you know I would skip, but so far I'm really enjoying it. I have these in my makeup capsule, and then have 2 others because I've been on a lipstick kick, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've really been on a lipstick kick. I've been on a lipstick kick for like a good month now, and I find myself wanting all the lipsticks. So I purchased 2 lipsticks from NARS. They were on sale. They were on their like little, like, was it their last chance? Maybe. But one is from the holiday collection, and they have this on sale, and this was the shade Ava. Looks like this. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see, but it has like stars on it. Can you see that? How pretty is that? As you can see, I have used this because I've been wearing it because it is in my capsule, so I've been wearing it. Beautiful. The packaging is stunning. I've actually never tried NARS lipsticks, and I've tried a ton of things from NARS, and I had never tried the lipsticks, and I was like, that's rectify that, because I just, you know, I always see the colors and I'm like, they're so pretty and the packaging's so pretty, so I was like, you know what, these are on sale, I'm gonna pick them up. So I also got the shade Mona, which looks like this, which is a little bit browny. So their shades are very similar, but they're not the same, okay? But those are the neutrals that I have sort of placed in my capsule for the month, since I have these 3 really bold ones. I'll show you what Rosewood Ambition looks like as well, which I haven't worn a ton, but it's kind of like a rosy pink. So I feel like I have a nice little mix. You know, I have some bold tones, I have some neutrals, and I have like a soft little pink to work with. And I feel like that was, you know, a nice little well-rounded collection. Just to give you an overview of like things that I'm using on my face besides that, like I'm using my regular eyebrow products. So the eyebrow products that I've been using have been the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. And I have the shade Dark Brunette, and this is what I've been using. And then I still have my Lime Crime brow pen, which I'm using up. This is almost done. And then I recently purchased the Kosas brow gel, and I've been using this a ton as well. I have a 3-step process for my brows. This is step 2. And I really enjoy this. So I don't have a ton of brow products, so the brow products that are in here are the brow products that I would be using anyway, so I just threw them in here. Eyeshadow primer is the primer I've been using a ton, and that is my About Face eyeshadow primer. What do they call it? The Smoothing Shadow Fix. My everyday sunscreen, I've been using my Innisfree. I don't have much left. I don't even know if you can tell, but it's maybe like that much left in here. I use this every day. I love this for winter. I don't know if I don't really love it for summer because it's not a high enough SPF for me. For the summertime, I usually like an SPF 50. This is SPF 36. I don't know why it's not SPF 35, but it's 36. But I actually really love this this sunscreen. It's really easy to use. It's not greasy. It's not drying. It looks good under pretty much every single foundation I've worn it under. So this is sort of been my go-to, and I'm using it up. It's almost done. And then I added another sunscreen in for when if that runs out before the month is done, which it probably will because I use sunscreen every day. I have this new sunscreen from Skin. Is it Skin 1004? I think that's, I don't think it's like 1004. I think it's Skin 1004 or 1004. And it is the Madagascar Centella Airfit Sunscreen Light. And I purchased this because I was influenced. I was influenced by a skincare Instagrammer. Woman of color. She was a black woman, deeper skin tone than mine. She talked about how much she liked this, that it didn't have a cast, that it gave a bit of a glow but wasn't greasy, and I was like, speaking my language. I'm always down to try new sunscreens. You guys know how I feel about sunscreen. I love it. It's like, I'm one of those people, I will probably always have a million sunscreens at once because there's one for every occasion. So yeah, so once I'm done with the Innisfree, I'm gonna bust this bad boy open, and I'm excited to try it. And then also in here, I just have like products that I plan on reviewing that I just, again, I kind of want it separated from my regular makeup. But the palettes that I have for the two main palettes that I have for my January makeup capsule can't fit in this thing here. So I have them sort of on the side and in their normal homes, and I'll go and grab them when I need them. So the first one is the Blend Bunny All Done Up palette. And let me just say this. I'm obsessed. Can you see how I dug my nail in here, and I'm still devastated when I open this up? How sad is that? I'm so sad. But apart from that tragedy, I've really been enjoying this. The mattes are amazing. I've been doing a lot of all matte looks with this. There are very few palettes that I like to do all matte looks with because generally the mattes, when you do an all matte look, it really means that the mattes in the palette have to be able to stand up on their own. Okay, that means the mattes have to be on point. They have to blend well. They have to be true to color, pigmented, not patchy, can cover the whole lid, can pack on and they don't look weird, don't change tone, play well together. You know, this has been doing all of that for me, and I'm very, very happy that I purchased this. The other palette that I have been using and that is in the capsule is my Pat McGrath Moonlit Seduction, which I have one of the shades in my eyes now, just like a little something thrown on. So these are the two palettes that are in my capsule, and I've been enjoying them both. My thoughts on Moonlit Seduction have changed. I know I talked a lot of crap about that palette when she first announced it. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of loving it, which, I mean, here's the thing. I knew I would. I knew I would, because after having seen more photos of it and seen people use it and like seeing the eye looks created with it, I was like, it's actually really pretty, and I could probably get a lot of use out of that. And I have, and I am, and it is, and yeah, so those are the two main palettes in my capsule. I haven't been using a ton of I've been trying to stick to those, I'll put it this way, because even though I like being able to have the freedom to reach out and try other things, I did want to focus on those. And then I might even mid-month swap them out and swap in 2 other ones that are newer to me that I want to get more use out of, just so that I can have some variety and that I can have more use out of the products that I eventually will be doing reviews on for you guys, like full reviews on. So yeah, that is my January makeup capsule. I think it's manageable. I try to walk the line of having enough things that I'm not bored with using things, but not having so much that it doesn't make any sense to have a capsule. Does that make sense? Because I don't feel like I still have a ton of things that I'm not, you know, like makeup wise, that I could be using that I'm not right now because I'm using these and enjoying using these. And also, again, this is a great way for me when I'm trying to review things for you guys to get use out of things and not be distracted, because that tends to happen sometimes. Is I'll get something new and I'll use it a few times. I'm like, this is fun. And then I'll be like, I'm going to go back to using this though. And it's not necessarily that I dislike that product. It's just that it's the new one and the old one sometimes is what I'm used to. And so my brain is just going, just use the one you always use. So yeah, those are the things that are in my capsule this month. You will be seeing them on my face. You're seeing some of them on my face now. Like I said, I did decide to add in another blush, and I'll show you the blush that I decided to add in. Because I've been using these sort of like, I don't know why I didn't originally put this one in with this one, and the tones aren't even that different, but this is the one I wanted to add, so that's what I added. So that is the makeup capsule. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, do you like this idea? Does this intrigue you? Is this something that you would consider doing? If you enjoy this content, if you enjoy this video and this idea, like the video, let me know in the comments, because if that is the case, I would love to sort of do this every month as far as just coming on camera and discussing the capsule with you. I will continue to do this off camera regardless, because this is something that I'm doing for myself, as far as how I'm managing my collection and managing new items coming in, whether they be for review or just for personal enjoyment. So that's not really what the question's about. It's more like, do you guys want to see my capsule every month? And do you enjoy me discussing my capsule with you? Let me know. Like the video, comment down below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye now.